What happens if your attorney tells the defense lawyer that the lowest amount of money that they will settle your case is $1 million and the defense comes back with $999,950? What do you do in that instance? You want to know the answer? Come join me for a moment as I share with you the answer to that question. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney. You brought a lawsuit against your doctor claiming that he was careless, causing you significant harm and injury. And now the defense, the doctor turns around and says, "Why are you suing me? I did nothing wrong." And then he says, "You know what? If I did something wrong, so did you, Mr. Patient." And then he says, "You know what? If I did something wrong, whatever I did didn't cause or contribute to your injury." And then he has the nerve to turn around and say, "You know what? If I did something wrong and it did cause you harm, your injuries really are not as bad as you claim them to be." Those are the typical defenses that we see in these medical malpractice cases. Okay, so now your case goes through the litigation process. And now during the middle of the litigation, during the middle of your case, the defense starts to negotiate with us. And they say, "Listen, we'd like to try and resolve this before getting all the way to trial." And now the two attorneys, your attorney and the defense lawyer, start having a conversation. And your attorney tells the defense lawyer, "Listen, the lowest I could ever accept in this case is $1 million, not a penny less." And the defense attorney tells him, "Listen, I think we can get to that point. I think we can resolve this case. Let me make a phone call and I'll get back to you in a few days." Okay, so now your attorney calls you and says, "Hey, listen, I just want to let you know we've had settlement negotiations. I think we can try and settle this case. And now the defense attorney will let me know if they are willing to come up to the number that we believe your case is worth." So now a few days go by, the defense attorney calls your lawyer up and says, "Hey, great news, we can settle this case." And your attorney immediately thinks, "Terrific, they came up with $1 million. And he said, "Listen, you may not like the offer." Like, "What do you mean I may not like the offer? What's the offer?" The defense lawyer says, "The offer is $999,950. It's not the $1 million you asked for, but it's just about there. It's $50 less." And your attorney says, "You must be kidding. You must be out of your mind. You made an offer that's $50 shy of $1 million, and you're willing to go to trial over $50? You're out of your mind. I told you on the telephone that we would not accept $1 less. And here you are telling me that now you're playing around with $50? I'll tell you what, you take $50 out of your pocket, give it to my client, and now with your $50 and with the insurance company's money, now we make it $1 million, we're done." And the attorney will likely make a joke about it. "No, it's not a joke. I told you that we would not accept less than $1 million. So now, how do they leave it? They leave it, "Listen, I will go back to my client. I'll relay that information, but I've told you before. In all likelihood, my client is going to reject that offer." Why? "Because you have failed to come up to the number that we believe this case is worth." So now they get off the phone. Your attorney picks up the phone and calls you. Says, "Listen, I got to tell you, we have a great offer." What's the offer? $999,950. And you think, "Wow, that's fantastic." And your attorney tells you the story. "Hey, listen, I told them that $1 million would settle this case." And you turn around and say, "But it's almost $1 million. "Yes, it is." But your attorney says, "Wait a second. It's the principle of the matter. If I told them I wouldn't settle for less than $1,100,000, guess what? If they came back with $1,099,000, I would tell them to take a hike." Or would you? Would you really turn down this substantial settlement offer over $50? So you're going to go to trial over $50? The judge, when he hears that this amount of money has been offered, that you wanted $1 million and now they've offered everything but the $50, he's going to tell you that you're nuts to not take it. Now, you have every right to reject that amount of money, assuming, of course, that it's a rational decision and you come to an educated conclusion about whether or not it's right for you or not. In all likelihood, the defense is going to turn around and say, "Listen, this is our offer. Either you take it or you don't. If you don't want it, fine, we'll go to trial." In that instance, are you really going to go to trial and take the risk that you could wind up with a lot less? Or are you going to take the risk that you could wind up with absolutely nothing and the jury could throw you out of court with zero? Are you going to take the risk that you could go to trial and the jury could come back and give you more, and now you wind up in years' worth of appeals? You know, I realize you're watching this video because you have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you're thinking about bringing a lawsuit, but haven't done so yet because you still have questions that need to be answered, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. You know, I answer questions like yours every single day, and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a fantastic day.